Damn.
You ain't missing the sweet baritone voices of the Horizons. That's the name of the group.
There we go.
Horizon.
Seems a little closer.
All right, cool. So
The
they're
Horizons.
already letting a couple out in the atmosphere right now. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. What? What happened? Who did it? We gonna let the stream do its thing. It booted the fuck up. Welcome to another episode of the No Filter Podcast.
Meet the meat.
Not meat to meat.
I knew he was gonna do it, bro. You were talking too slow. It's open. I had to put it in there.
Oh shit! I knew he was gonna do it, bro.
Not meat to meat at
Meat to
all.
meat.
Not meat to meat at all. I almost forgot what this was fucking about.
Uh,
Let me see here. Let me see.
He was talking too slow. I had to put it in there, man.
No. Meat to meat. Fucking ridiculous. No, I already got all that shit here. Okay, cool. Shut up. So, well, okay. So, welcome to another episode of No Filter Podcast. This is the panto for today, the Panty Panto. We have Hellscream, we have Magnificent Black, Killer Tay, and myself, Josh. Very basic name. And I am tired as a motherfucker, but I'm going to try to keep that energy strong. We got a couple of topics to talk about. I made some adjustments to the channel, and before we get in and settle in, I would like for you to, if you like the stream, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. I would love for you to do that. Help this channel out. Please, niggas, help me. And let's begin. So, who's that? Jemiah.
that like button, please.
You got this. Yo, if you want to jump in, Jemiah, get your ass in here. You know it's always open for you, man.
On God.
On God.
Can't help himself.
I can't help myself. So we are going to do our little introductions for today. Let's start off with one of my good friends, Hellscream, the top left-hand side of the screen of our Discord window. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering. Terry, how are you doing today?
Yeah. What'd you say you cut out?
On top left.
I said on the top left. How you doing today, Mr. Terry?
Oh. You have to say it one more time, dude. You totally cut out.
Am I biting out? Or
Feel
is it
like
just
Lil
him?
Wayne.
Am I biting?
It's
It's,
cat. It's cat. You good now? You good now?
Fucking.
it's gonna be me. So
I don't know. I said, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastically well.
So
I see. We're gonna get accustomed to the shit here. What have you been playing so far? We like to know what you have been doing. What have you been doing lately?
what about
In general, what have you been doing? What's up?
well gaming wise, I wrapped up a full playthrough of Metro Exodus.
Oh, you beat it?
As you know, they recently had a next gen update. Yes. So that was quite the experience. I mean, in my opinion, on the PS4 Pro, it was already a very pretty looking game. Um, and kind of going from that platform to the PS5, it especially with ray tracing and such. And I know like it's I think you were saying like water reflections, like there's certain things where there's not ray tracing activated, but very pretty looking game, very atmospheric. It's quite impressive to see that basically a ragtag team working in a hole in the wall when they first started. 4A Games is the name of the developer. To see them go from the jankiness that Metro 2033 was back in its day to the kind of the mind-boggling graphical fidelity that is Metro Exodus, it's quite impressive.
Oh,
Finally got around to wrapping up my playthrough of Borderlands 3, as in the original game and all the DLC. Which on the PS5 it looks really nice, sharp, clean textures, so on and so forth. Right now, I'm doing another playthrough of Doom Eternal, which just had a next gen update. Right now, I'm just using 4K at 60 FPS. I'll probably do another playthrough with ray tracing,
Now, supposedly,
see how that
if I
is.
can
But
interject there, supposedly it's 1800p for the ray traced version. It's all right,
correct,
it gives a
correct.
little bit of flavor. Uh,
I will say at the 4K and 60 FPS, it's been a very satisfying experience.
experience.
Everything is super fucking clean in terms of image quality, and the frame rate is very very smooth, even in very intense moments throughout the campaign. So yeah, high satisfactory. So having a lot of fun with it right now.
So, what about regular life? What's going on with that one? Please be mindful of the time.
Um, Regular life. I got a promotion recently at my job. Got a new phone
Nice.
for
Congratulations.
mostly for work. Thank you. Mostly for work-related purposes to communicate with the right people. Um, and I guess since I've been on the podcast last time, I got a new car because the last one I had got fucking totaled in the
How
rain.
did that? How
But
did that happen?
so yeah, that's basically what's up with me in terms of my personal life.
All right, let's move on to
He
Killer.
didn't hear you, Josh.
No, he heard me.
You went out.
Am I
I
really
can't hear
going
you.
out like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did at that time. Yeah.
Ain't this
it's
a
kind of coming and going.
ain't this a bitch? All right, Killer Tay, what's going on with you?
Chilling, man. At work right now. Um, been playing Scarlet Nexus on the PS5. Loving that game. Um, that's about it. Well, tomorrow I got my daughter's christening, and we're gonna shoot $1,200 worth of fireworks tomorrow night.
Like,
So,
damn.
Twelve
Damn.
hundred.
yeah, man.
Nice.
Start calling him big money.
Yeah. I got 50% off though, since I was a veteran. Since I was a
Nice.
veteran, so I got
Oh
50%
shit.
off of that shit.
Okay, okay. What about
But
you?
other than that, man, been chilling and working.
What about you, Magnificent Black? What's going on?
I'm chilling, man. Yeah, man. I'm playing right now. I'm messing with Final Fantasy VII remake. I'm about halfway through that. I'm one trophy away from Guilty Gear Strives Platinum. That game is fucking amazing. By the way, y'all go pick that up if you can. If you're into fighting games and such, that's
Yeah.
definitely a banger right now. Um, and I saved the last trophy, the hardest trophy for last, which I wish I didn't. This got to be the hardest boss I fought in a long time, bro. He's
That's a
ridiculous,
cheap bitch.
ridiculous. So y'all wish me good luck on that, man.
He a cheap.
Other than that, man, just enjoying the PlayStation, bro. You know,
He a cheap bitch.
doing what we doing, man.
Yo, can you hear me?
He's a cheap motherfucker.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
All
he's
right,
dumb
just
shit,
making
bro.
sure.
I did pick up that Get Together. I just haven't gotten that dojo yet.
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
have I have
Yeah,
some
man, you gonna love that shit.
I have some little hits, tips and tricks for it just to get into there, because I've discovered some things. I know how to kind of break things down to like smaller levels. What about you,
Yeah.
Jemiah? Jemiah, what's going on with you? How you been?
You know, same shit. Playing these games.
Still being a PC fanboy?
For games. Yeah.
I'm not a PC fanboy, but yeah.
You'd take it up the ass for a PC if you could, wouldn't you?
Josh, your personal
There's gotta be
goals
some
aren't
gay
mine,
shit.
bro. You know what I mean?
He be like,
Yeah,
he be like,
hey, straight up attack. Yo, what's good, Jeremiah? He attacked him as soon as he got here. PC. Yeah, goddamn PC.
You know how these
PC
ponies be
motherfucker.
acting, bro.
All right, let's get these topics going. So Nelson, Nelson, why are you not here? You know you can walk right the fuck in.
Nelson
whenever you
Mandela?
want. Nelson Mandela, Jeremy. Anyway, let's go. You can jump in. So we want to talk about two subjects, as I said before. Questioning your gaming sensibilities. Are you a fanboy? Will be the first topic. I really want to kind of understand how honest you guys will be. Just to be really honest. Be honest about it. Are you a fanboy or are you a neutral? The second topic will be, what is your most juicy hot takes that nobody would agree with in terms of the community of the gaming that you feel like you want to get off your chest? I'm gonna ask every one of you motherfuckers. I know there's a lot of juiciness because the floor is getting clean and you couldn't hear me anyway. I might do. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. 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 I got you. So let's kick this shit off with asking if you are a fanboy. I feel like a lot of people don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit that they're a fanboy. They take this as a straight negative, and it's human nature to have a preference and have a strong preference for whatever it may be. Point in case, we have Terry, which is the gentleman at the upper left-hand side of the screen, the first window. He is a fanboy of rock music. He
The
doesn't like
white man.
anything. The white man. He doesn't like any other genre but heavy rock, heavy metal.
Hey, sorry guys, it's fireworks. Yeah,
Say again?
my bad. They starting fireworks outside,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm gonna mute myself until time.
I don't hear any fireworks. Just to let you know.
Yeah, you were good. I
Mm.
didn't
Oh,
hear 'em.
okay.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, cool. That shit was loud as hell.
So you
It's
good?
like a cherry bomb.
So
My bad. Go ahead.
so
Proceed.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I am, as of now, I am a hardcore Sony fan boy. I'm not even gonna say fan. I'm a fanboy. I got Sony explodes in my car. I got Sony head unit in my car. Got a Sony Xperia, Sony headphones. I would even get Sony condoms if they made them. So I'm a pretty big fanboy. Um, the reason why is because I attach the fandom with myself, my personality. I remember like it was yesterday. Uh, when I first encountered a Sony product, which was a Walkman, back when I was in the single digits of age. My sister's boyfriend had one, and he left it there, and I stole that shit. And I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever to have like a little portable. Because back in the day, they used to have big stereo systems where they have the two speakers on either end, and it looks like a piece of furniture. They had that shit there, and I wanted to carry this shit alone by myself. You know what I mean? And from that point on, I just anything I identify with Sony because they make high quality products, and I like sounds in general. So I latched on to it. So my question to you guys is, let's lay it all out on the table right now. Terry, are you a fanboy of Sony? And if you are, why?
Well, uh, I think a good question uh, to reply to that is, first off, what is a fanboy and how would you define it? Um, I would define a fanboy as it's almost kind of like when it comes to sports, right? Like everyone's got their home team or everyone has their favorite team or whatever that they're always going to support. Like me, I live in Texas. I'm in Mesquite, which I'm basically in Dallas, and growing up, my dad Dallas Cowboys fan through and through. Didn't matter if they were dog shit or they're winning Super Bowls. He was a Cowboys fan. Um, but
Cowboys.
I'll say that that kind of mentality, especially with men, like it's a very like primal kind of tribalistic thing, and this idea of having like a team to root for, like it's like a community type mentality, like you're part of something bigger than yourself. So in my case, I obviously identify more in being in the team that is Sony, specifically with the PlayStation platform. I mean, yeah, I've used other Sony devices and hardware throughout the years, but specifically in terms of gaming, it's been PlayStation. Why? In my case, I would say that when the PlayStation One came out, you had what? You had Nintendo and you had Sega, and I remember kind of growing up as a kid, like um, I didn't really get into the Nintendo platforms that much. And it's like when the PlayStation came out, like that was like the new kind of like the rebel thing, like, or at least for me it was. Like, yeah, I got a PlayStation, fuck Nintendo, as a little kid, right? But anyways, it ended up being a very awesome experience. I remember, playing shit like Tekken, and it's like, holy shit, it's a fighting game, but it's 3D, and just mind blowing. At the time, what I was like 5 or 6 or whatever. And then moving on to the PS2, obviously like the emotion engine and the definition of characters, that kind of graphical leap. Um, but yeah, I've always kind of been in PlayStation's on the PlayStation team simply because it's always brought me a lot of fun and great a high satisfactory gaming experience. Um, I mean, the closest thing to that is probably some of the memories I had as a kid, playing certain PC games back in the day. But yeah, I would say I probably would fall into the definition of a fanboy. But I'm on the team that is PlayStation because it's always brought me a satisfactory experience. And I will say that when Sony or when the Sony PlayStation, particularly that area, when they do dumb shit or things that I find questionable, I will call them out on their shit and always
He
apply a
he
healthy amount
has
of skepticism.
he has he ain't afraid of doing it
Uh,
either.
going into the future.
I will be the one
Right.
that
Right.
that that, that has to
So.
defend it.
Uh,
So I want to.
like I won't go into it, but as you know, I had a very um, strong opinion about God of War. When the gameplay and
Oh,
that was
oh,
first preview back in
oh,
the
hold
day, I
on,
was
hold
very
on,
very
hold
skeptical
up,
of where they
hold
were
up.
taking that
That's
series.
that's the
But
that's the hot takes.
fortunately, it ended up being a badass game.
That's
So
that's the hot takes.
there you go.
Uh, I want to kind of give my viewpoint and kind of lead this conversation. A little bit more focused. I'm a fanboy of Sony, the PlayStation. Let's keep it on the consoles. I got into it because of the Walkman. But one of the things that I figured that Sony does that I really like, and this is a lot of people that would kind of probably agree with this. Its fan base. Yeah, it could be casual, but it could also be hardcore. There's a quality that they bring to the platform, um, regardless if you like the game or not. They tend to push the envelope in terms of the medium itself. They could have just left it at platformers back in the '90s, or they could have left it at Grand Theft Auto, in the early 2000s, and they just keep doing things. They throw a lot of money at these fucking games, and their quality is high tier. It's like super fucking high tier, and this is one of the things that they kind of want to lean into in general. You can kind of tell there's a quality. I've never been a big fan. I never even played a fucking roguelike game ever. I've heard of them, but I was like, that seems like it's way more irritating than anything. And because of the marketing and the push and the giving developers the ability to make their shit, as long as it kind of fits within that quality, I ended up picking up Returnal, one of the best. And I can't believe I'm saying this because normally I'm a graphic core. One of the best experiences I've had in the last 2 generations. It's right up there with Horizon, God of War. It's up there, and it to me is baffling to me. So mine, that's why I like it. You know what I mean? Again, I'm pretty lenient when it comes to Sony, but when they start fucking up, like I really dislike not having backwards compatibility. That pisses me off. And I really don't like the fact that they didn't push PlayStation Home. That was a really big thing that's held close near and dear to me. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I wanted to make this topic because it's like there's too many people that want to be right so much that they will lie. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's good to kind of make the distinction of being a fanboy and being irrational, because that's a whole other thing. Killer Tay, Killer Tay, Killer Tay. I want to ask you
Yo,
this question, not about PlayStation, but what console or gaming experience are you a fanboy to, and why?
Well,
I am. I think mine is a little bit different from y'all's because
I
I'm a
am
fanboy
black.
of consoles. No, let me finish. I'm a
Damn.
fanboy of consoles over PC, and I'm gonna tell you why. Uh, I used to have an office job when I was in the army, uh,
Fuck it.
and it
Pencil
after
pushing
leaving the
nigga.
office and trying to play games on PC. Not saying that I don't play games on PC because I do. I play games like fucking VR games and fucking shit like Warhammer 40K, Total Warfare, and shit like that. Uh, I love those type of games on the PC. and I'll sit at a desk and play those type of games on PC. But my best experience in gaming wise have been on consoles. So I'm more of a fanboy of consoles and the games that I get on consoles over just gaming on PC in general.
Can I
Now,
ask
when
you
it
what?
comes to
Can I
this,
ask you
this
what?
fanboy of PlayStation
Can
and
I ask you
fanboy
this
of
real quick,
Xbox shit,
real quick, and then you can
what's
continue.
up?
What experiences are you having on a console? Like, what exactly is it?
Hold up, hold up. Say that again.
I said, what
You
experiences are you
kind of cut
having?
out.
Am I cutting out again?
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
I got you this time.
Okay. What experiences are you
Yeah, I got you
having
this
that's
time.
different than actual PC or anywhere else? Put it that way.
Well, on consoles, I feel like I'm actually getting into the game. Like I'm more focused on the game itself and the story behind each game that I play on consoles rather than
So a
when I
focused
do when I'm
experience.
playing a story. Yeah, more than a story-based game on fucking PC
Mm-hmm. And you said something about
or
Xbox
online
too.
fucking shooter like on PC.
You said something on Xbox too. You were mentioning that as well.
Yeah, like when it comes to this fanboy war of PlayStation and Xbox, I'm mostly a troll for that.
Uh,
That's mainly while I'm there in that console war bullshit. I'm a troll for that, and I'm gonna continue to be a troll for that until motherfuckers can focus more on the gaming side besides these fucking companies.
Got you. So it's so you can admit that the reason why you gravitate towards the console experience is because of the focused experience that you have with the consoles. It's a
Yeah,
you sit down. It's a very specific experience rather than just being
yeah. It
a
doesn't.
one size fit all.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like I'm still at work. I'm actually relaxed. I get more into what I'm playing rather than okay, is it time to clock out of this bullshit now? Plus the games that I used to play on the PC back then, like fucking World of Warcraft, fucking Guild Wars 2 and shit like that back in the day. The community in those fucking games are fucking shit. They're worse. They're worse than fucking these motherfuckers here in these console wars. So
I want to make
that was another factor in that too.
and there's a tangible feeling when it comes to being on a console and what you're describing. There's a real tangible feeling, which is why I never understand when people are like, well, PC games are going to take over, or this company shouldn't release games on PC. Every single demographic is their own thing, and it usually doesn't spill into each other.
Yeah,
It's a vibe for each platform. Period. Magnificent
yeah.
Black.
I'm like one of the I'm like one of the only real neutrals out there.
I can feel that. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
true neutral.
We play around like that, but Magnificent Black. What about you? What are you a fan? What gaming platform are you a fanboy towards, and why?
Listen, man, I ain't gonna pussyfoot y'all, man. Listen, man, I'm
You know
big
I like
pony shit around here.
pussy.
Mister
Yeah,
Mister
yeah.
Mister
You got
Pegasus
ponies getting
himself.
all over the place.
God damn it. Nah, but for real though, like I love fucking gaming in general. I've saying my experiences come from everywhere. I started off with Nintendo as a kid. I fucking my first Xbox experience was the Xbox One. I got to that late, but I've had all systems going from Sega, Game Boy, and if I didn't have it, my cousins who they live within the house with me. Sometimes we had a big family. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had lots of cousins and brothers, sisters, and all that shit. Somebody had the system that I wanted to play. So I never grew up with just one system. But as it stands today, Sony is my favorite platform, like PlayStation, anything Sony. And like similar to what Josh was saying, I had that experience as a kid growing up where you had the Sony Walkman or somebody else had the Sony Walkman and you associate that with quality. At least that's from my perspective, that's what I associated it with. Like all the other products in the house used to break down really quickly. I associated Sony Walkmans and stuff like that with quality. I had the fucking in my high school. I remember I was the only kid in school because the only thing I wanted for Christmas was this new Sony Walkman CD player that had I think it was called G protection or some shit like that.
The anti-skip shit.
Anti-shock joint, yeah.
G Shock.
It didn't skip when you moved it around, and I was showing everybody stuff. Oh my god! I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like I was the shit.
Did you wait,
I
Magnificent,
was always a
Magnificent?
fan of Sony products.
Were you on a
What's
bus?
up?
Did you take the bus to go to school?
I was
Yeah,
on the bus.
Because that was a big
I took
problem
the bus to
when
school.
we
Sometimes
all
I took
had
the school
CD
bus.
players
Sometimes.
when we all had CD players
Mhm.
and that bus was rocky.
Yeah, man. Everybody
you can tell. You can tell the motherfuckers that
They
didn't
hold
have
it up
that
like this. They
anti-skip
hold it
shit.
up like, oh shit. They try to do their own little shock protection and shit.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Facts. It didn't stop there either. Like even as I went on, I always got the Sony products. You know what I'm saying? I went and got the what's that? The mini disc player. I don't know if y'all had that one.
Yeah,
See, that's hardcore
I
right
always
there.
wanted it.
The mini disc
I always
players,
wanted that, and
they look like floppy disks, but they were like
they were small. It was small.
those
It
were
was
dope, bro.
small.
You used to record just like a tape. You used to be able to record the music on my PlayStation 2. I used to play music and literally rip it if you plug it in with the optical cord, the same optical cord that you have in the back of your PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
You would plug that into your PlayStation 2, connect that to your mini disc drive, and you should be able to record the music as it plays from your PlayStation
Yeah,
that way and rip them right onto the disc. It was expensive as hell, but if you consider the fact that you didn't have to actually buy the music, you could borrow music from your friends and just rip it right on and make your own mixtape.
A lot of
It was so
DJs,
fire,
a lot
bro.
of DJs had
They
it.
just had some great shit,
A
bro.
lot of DJs had it.
Facts,
But I
man.
want to ask you this, just to
Yeah, they
kinda
had
keep, just to kind of keep
they had.
focused. So, what platform are you a fanboy towards?
Oh, PlayStation all the way, man.
Now,
I mean,
why?
I fucks with everything. I got the PlayStation is just my favorite platform. They make the best games. All my friends are on there. I know people hate the shit. We say, "Oh, my friends," but that shit does matter,
You
bro.
hear that,
Like,
guys? You hear that,
but
guys?
I've
You
been
hear that?
invested into.
You hate to see it.
I've been invested into. You hate to see it, bro, but I'm saying that, like I play all my games on PlayStation, bro. They make the best games, quality games in terms of like me investing my money into it. I feel like they're the only ones for me. I'm talking about myself. I feel like when it comes to the quality games for the first party, those are the only games I'm saying, oh man, I gotta play it. Like I've grown out of the Nintendo stuff. Even though I got my Switch here, I've had Xbox. I had 3 Xboxes last gen. So y'all can't call me somebody who, you know what I'm saying? I went out and I spent money on this shit. So you know what I'm saying? I bought 3 Xboxes and I gave them 3 tries last gen. These are all through different periods of time. I went and got the Xboxes. You know what I'm saying? It was, and I wanted to play those games. Some of the times they just didn't come out with the games that I wanted that they promised us. So I'm gonna get into all of that, but I've tried different systems. I even played on PC. I used to play StarCraft in like the 2010s. I think on StarCraft 2, like
Yeah, that was
was it
hot.
2010? Was it 2011, 2012, whatever.
I
I was
played
I was
that
heavy
in
into StarCraft. I was
2003,
playing
the
on
old one.
PC. I've been playing on plenty of systems. You know what I'm saying? But PlayStation's always been my go-to system, my console. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing new to me. It's just something that just like it feels like home, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I love PlayStation, man. It is what it is, bro. Ain't nothing, but gaming is gaming to me, man. It's like whatever platform I'm playing it on, man. As long as I'm gaming, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right, I saved the best for last because we're gonna tear this nigga up.
yeah.
Jemiah, what are you a fanboy? What platform are you a fanboy towards?
I'm not a platform fanboy per se. I'm more of a fan of great experiences and great games.
Mhm.
I know Katz is gonna say, "Oh, you a PC fanboy," but the thing is, I play more consoles than probably. I mean, around my age group. I came from Atari, Game Boy, green and black screen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Nintendo,
Yeah, we probably
Genesis.
around the same age
Yeah, I'm
then, huh?
36, so I play
Yeah.
I play every console almost ever created, besides like those other like Jaguars and all the other crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I experienced consoles and everything, and my whole point of preferring PC over consoles is PC just allows you to do more. You know what I mean? If I want to mod a game, I can mod the game. If I want fucking to have Jill in a skirt to see her fucking panties, I can do that. You know what I mean? I don't have to go cry to nobody. I can mod the game how I want it to. Skyrim modded is still one of the best looking games ever made to date. You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
you're saying that
there's
you are a
also
fan of
different types of.
PC. That's what you're saying.
What's that?
You're saying that you're a platform fan to PC.
I mean, I would say I prefer PC, but I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy because I also will buy a console if the games are warranted on that console. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But like on PC, like there's more RTS 4X games like StarCraft, Civilization, XCOM games. Those are the games I'm into. You know what I mean? I just bought Iron Harvest. I'm about to jump on that probably here soon. You know what I mean? Those type of games aren't focused on consoles. Consoles mostly focus on action adventure, third person, racers, shit like that, like sports games. And PC just offers different games that I'm into. You know what I mean?
So no, I get you. But are you telling everyone that's listening to this that you are exempt from human nature?
Who me? No, I think that PC is the superior platform out of all platforms.
Okay.
But that doesn't make me a fanboy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why does fanboy have to be such a dirty word though?
I mean, if I was a PC fanboy, then I would just say it. But I don't consider myself a PC fanboy. You
But
I
know
mean,
what I
it's
mean?
a dirty word because it is, over the years, it's been turned into a derogative word to use, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Like I could say I'm a Horizon fanboy. Like anybody talk shit about Horizon, I don't give a fuck if it's true or not, nigga. I'm getting you, nigga. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Cyberpunk fanboy. You talk shit about Cyberpunk, I'm on your neck.
this is
But like
true. This
as
is
far as
true.
PC goes, like I think PC has a lot of problems. Like you know what I mean? Like there's no dedicated one, manufacturer who just pushes the PC to its limits. Like there should never be a 3060, a 3070, and I really don't think there should be a 3080 either. There should just be one superior card, one 3090. That's it. That shit comes out $1,000. Everybody gets one. We're all playing at the same fucking thing. All these other cards just undercut PC. And since there's no like publisher like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo on PC, PC games can suffer from lack of focus. Like you said, the consoles have more focus than PC, and this
Yeah.
is because companies like Blizzard, who used to be mostly PC
See?
focused, or even Bethesda, or even CDPR, now they're spending their time making console games, wasting resources, in my opinion, on these inferior versions of the game. And I'm all about advanced tech. I'm all about advanced games because as kids we played Mario and 16-bit games and 8-bit games and 64-bit games and all this shit. And like we always wondered in the future these games are going to be so amazing. And I think that the hardware is limiting what people can do. Like even though the PS5 has great hardware, it's still very limited. You have performance modes and all this other nonsense that you wouldn't have if you just had one unified top end card across all platforms. Like the Switch, don't even get me started on the Switch. Like I started off with Nintendo. I used to be a Nintendo fanboy back in the day, but Nintendo it just lost me with the kitty games and the fucking 12-bit graphics in 2021. I can't do it, bro. Like Breath of the Wild, that'd be my hot take. But yeah, okay. But other than that,
Oh shit! I
yeah,
forgot.
like
You know what?
let's
Wait,
not
wait.
get it
Let's
started on
let's
that.
let's park a lot that. I forgot all about that. Oh shit! I'm gonna work my way backwards, and we're gonna move on to the next subject. All right. Just one thing that you do not like about the preferred platform or platforms. Killer Tay, what don't you like about this one thing? So we can keep the flow going. What don't you
Mm,
like about the console experience? One thing.
shit. That's a tough one. Uh, well, well, a lot of these devs have these unfinished games. Is what I don't like. All these unfinished games, or when they come out with a service-based game that could be fun, but their servers are fucking trash, and they don't have that shit up on day one. I do hate that bullshit about the fucking console side.
All right. What about you, Magnificent?
If I had to name something like just off top of the head, I'm pretty sure I got a few. The backwards compatibility is kind of an issue for me, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. But there's plenty of shit to complain about. Uh, not the ability not to be able on PlayStation side, of course, the ability not to be able to gift games to friends. I feel like they should update that. This is little shit I feel like they could improve their services with.
So that's your so
Um,
what? Just one,
Definitely a solution for backwards compatibility.
just one.
But yeah, if I have to do something, I'm not able to gift games to friends, which I think they should have that.
For me myself, I have a big problem.
That
Say again.
you kind of breaking up, bro. What was that?
Of course I am. For me myself, can you? What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good?
All right. For me myself, it's the whole nine and the copying, just one size fit all type shit that's going on with consoles, the games. You know what I'm saying? Someone sees a formula and then they want to copy it instead of doing and inventive things. I miss the
Mm.
days back in PS2 where you get games like Shadow of the Colossus, where you never seen that before. You know what I'm saying? I wish more publishers would back original ideas. Hellscream, what about you? What's one thing that you do not like?
One thing. That's easy. From the PlayStation side of things,
Just one.
uh, my gaming experience has been great. However, I fucking hate the way the interface is set up. Like the PS4 was so simple, not flashy, but it worked. And it's like, it's now that I've had mine since beginning of April. It's it's like fuck, man. I really hope they have some quality of life improvements. It's just navigating it is, it's just tedious, honestly. So that's my number one thing right now.
All right. I think that was a very productive conversation. I thought it was going to be a lot more volatile than that. It was very civil. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, especially with Jemiah in here. So we're going to go on to the next topic.
This nigga.
Yeah, but you're not gonna ask me what I don't like about PC.
He's
No,
just
you know
trying to
why? You know
start
why I didn't
shit. That's
ask? You
all.
know why I didn't ask? Because you said it already. You said that's where I got the idea from. You mentioned that.
Okay,
You
yeah,
mentioned
okay,
that
you're right.
PC was.
But I will say for posterity though, I will say I am a PC fanboy. Let's just put it on the table. Fuck it. Like,
Got your ass. Got
Gotcha,
your
gotcha,
ass.
bitch. Yo, clip it. Yo,
because
motherfuckers, clip
I feel
it.
because I do feel that PC is a superior platform to all other platforms. But
And
we
that's
go on.
cool. And that's cool. I just wish more people would stop trying to dance around this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, oh, I don't want to be that guy that's irrational. When it becomes irrational and you're just sucking dick, I can't get behind that. I can't. Like if like I'll say
Yeah.
this for Xbox.
Anytime it comes to dick sucking, I can't get behind it.
That's a bitch sucking my dick, sucking the color off that dick. My whole thing is this.
Unless you get milked.
You know what? No, I can't do with it. I can't. I can't. But I will say this for Xbox, you don't have any games, and you're still gun ho. I just can't. That's something that looks ridiculous to me. Or for Nintendo's sake, um, it's weird because it's like they will release an old fucking game and barely do anything to it at all, and still gets scooped up. Or they make a sequel, excluding Zelda, where it's nothing's changed. You know what I mean? Like the Pokemon series. That shit's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So either way, we're gonna move on to our second topic, which is your gaming hot takes. What is something that you want to say, but it's so against the grain from the norm, and either people don't want to admit it or whatever it may be. I'm gonna start off with Hellscream. What's your gaming hot take?
Okay, you cut out there. You wanted me to go next?
Yeah, I wanted
Just
you
to
to
make
go
sure.
next. What is your gaming
Okay,
hot
all right,
take?
all right. So,
Right.
I was thinking about it when you mentioned it, but I guess my hot take or my controversial opinion, if that applies, is uh, when it comes to backwards compatibility, I don't really care too much about that. Now let me clarify in the sense that
Huh.
before this current generation, backwards compatibility was simply defined as when you go from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, PS2 to PS3, that your old games, you can take the disc, you can pop that bitch in, you can play it, right? I think everyone can agree on that. Uh, Now, with this current generation, backwards compatibility is not just, oh, I can play my PS4 games on my PS5. It's kind of like you have like a a remaster, or you're you're expecting something that, like in the case of Ghost of Tsushima, right? As soon as the PS5 came out, you're able to run it at 60 FPS. So there's some kind of performance or graphical fidelity improvement or difference going using that backwards compatibility. Me, I've always been the individual that whatever game I tend to get in my library, I play it, so many times. I mean, of course, some games only have so much replay value, but basically, I'll kind of get my money's worth out of it whenever I get around to playing it, and then I'm not really going to go back to it. Um, and with me, it's like I understand why backwards compatibility is valued, but to me, it's like in my case, like I always kept my consoles. So like going from PS3 to PS4, I actually went back and I think it may have been Mass Effect 3 and I think Gran Turismo. Like there was a few games on my PS3 that I'd go back and still play. While the PS4 was like kicking ass and taking names. Um, so my kind of controversial opinion is that to an extent, like I think there's there's a little too much emphasis on backwards compatibility when I feel like the outrage or the outroar of of the internet is it's disproportionate to how many people are actually taking advantage of that feature. So especially with previous generations, I'd always be kind of annoyed that fucking PS4 didn't have backwards compatibility. That's bullshit. It's like, man, you probably ain't gonna fucking play those games,
Oh,
you know.
Sony would
And
love
if you
you.
cared about them so much, why don't you keep your PS3 hooked up? You know what I mean? So I could go on and on a tangent about that, but that's kind of my controversial opinion. So
All right,
when it comes to gaming.
I'll take that. I'll take that. You know why mine is going to be the last one, right? I'm pretty sure you guys already know where I'm going to go. But what's going
Yeah,
on,
you're gonna go to
King?
the last place too.
What's going on? What's going on, King Pusha? What's going on? I wanna take a little brief.
Oh, that didn't take long at
I want to
all.
take a brief intermission and tell you guys, don't forget, if you like the content, please subscribe to it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We don't necessarily just regurgitate gaming news. We talk. We're real gamers. We talk about we're boots on the ground type shit. We want to talk about what we're experiencing as gamers, not just stupid ass fucking news that you can pick up on Reset Era or NeoGaf or IGN or whatever. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like it, and we are going to continue. Magnificent. What is your hot take? What's your controversial hot
Who?
take?
Who'd you say?
Magnificent.
Hey, my bad, man. I was talking to my wife real quick. You can ask somebody else the question real quick.
Yo,
You said,
what's
what's your
going
hot
on,
take?
Miss Jones? Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, my hot take. My bad. My bad. My bad. Yo, my hot take. Astros Playroom 2020. That motherfucker should have been Game of the Year last year. On God, on God.
Oh God. Dead ass.
No.
Dead ass.
Yes. Dead ass. Nah, but the real hot take though, Astros Playroom is better than any recent Mario game, dog. That's on God, on
So
God.
you said, wait, wait.
He's going straight for the jugular.
AWD.
Say that one more time, please.
Put it that way.
Did you just?
Astros Playroom is better than any recent Mario game.
Ooh.
On God, on God.
What y'all gotta say about that?
Double
yo?
confirmation, bro.
What y'all gotta
I
say?
ain't playing.
What y'all gotta say about that?
Man.
Does anybody have any
Yeah,
Going
that
emotions?
shit
straight for the
trash.
jugular.
Does
That shit was trash. They should throw it in the trash can.
What?
I've been
What?
messing with
Dump
Nintendo
stuff.
since
Who?
Dumpster
Super
juice.
Mario World, nigga. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So Killer Tay says it's trash. You talking about Astral's Playroom or Mario?
That's on him.
Mario?
You said Mario or Astral's Playroom? That's trash.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Damn.
On God?
Yeah.
Dead ass?
Nah.
Okay.
On the devil, son.
All right, he's out.
Oh,
So
I'm waiting on tape.
this motherfucker. Don't listen to us. You know what?
Nah,
Since
Astro Playroom was pretty good. Astro Playroom with the full aspects of what the controller can do on the PS5.
You hear
I
that?
give,
You
I
hear
give
that, Hell
actual
Scream? Do you
PlayStation.
hear this?
I don't,
I don't
I
give a
don't,
shit.
but, but my hot take with that, niggas are overselling this dual sense to the max. That's my hot take on it. Motherfucker, before I played
Oh
Miles
God, oh
Morales,
God.
on God, nigga. Niggas was telling me, oh man, the dual sense get me so fucking immersed. My nipples get hard every time I fucking web swing across. I can feel
I
the tension in that bitch. I play that shit, and that shit is like a thump. It's like fucking having the fucking the rumble triggers and fucking the Xbox controller, nigga. That's basically what it is.
You know what?
If you're not playing a first person shooter, the dual sense makes no sense.
Wait, say that one more time so we can hear that.
If you're not playing a shooter, the dual sense makes no sense.
Hmm.
What do you guys got to say about that?
They ain't got shit to say. That shit's the truth. They hate
I
when the truth
mean,
get told to them. It hurts.
that's that man's opinion, bro. I would say I highly disagree with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had some really good experiences outside of shooters.
Yeah,
So you know,
and
I
I
mean,
That's
if he
your
appreciate
hasn't,
playroom.
I mean, that's his experience.
those. But look now.
hmm
If the dual sense wasn't there, right?
hmm
Would you still have great experiences in game? Will you still be immersed in that game?
You know what? I have something to
I
say
That's a
think
about.
good
You know
I
what?
question.
think
I
it
have
adds
something.
on to the
Wait,
game.
hold
I
on,
think
hold
it
on.
adds
Wait,
on to the experience.
Let me jump in real quick, and then Magnificent Black. I'm playing Doom Eternal now, right? It was always a really good shooting experience, always.
Hmm.
But comparatively to Returnal, it feels empty. It feels hollow. The same thing with Ratchet and Clank. It did not. Ratchet and Clank doesn't use the haptic feedback or the adaptive trigger as well. It's hollow. I don't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't
But you
know.
still was immersed in that game, though, right?
Not really. Not really. It's all right. You know what I'm
You was
saying?
immersed. You was immersed enough to beat it, though.
Be what?
Ratchet and Clank.
I also beat The Last of Us Part 2, but we'll get to that.
I, I'm not gonna sit here and act
Oh,
like I'm
please.
not gonna sit here and
I'm
act
not gonna
like
say like, yeah.
having
I'm
or
not gonna
not having a
say,
dual sense breaks immersion. Come on, stop that. Like we're not gonna do that, bro.
yeah. That's what they. That's what they were saying. That
Nonsense.
Okay,
it
so let
keeps
me
you immersed now.
wait.
You like
Stop,
you never
stop,
been immersed in
stop,
games
stop,
that
stop,
don't
stop,
fucking use
stop,
it.
stop, stop, Killate. If we took out Rumble altogether, are you still going to enjoy your experiences, Resident Evil, etc.?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
All right. So when
Yes,
you eat,
nigga.
so what's your favorite food?
Fettuccine Alfredo.
All right. If somebody
With the
put some
Italian
fucking
sauce.
wet ass noodles without no fucking
With
sauce
the
or nothing,
Italian sauce.
would you like it? If somebody put some plain ass noodles on a plate, would you like it? You can eat it, but would you like it? Would you enjoy
well,
it
then,
just
nigga,
the
that's
same?
different.
No,
That's
it's not different.
That's
No, it's
different.
not. The dual
Yes,
sense
it
That-
is.
that-
added
that's-
extra flavor to my
No,
game.
it's different. No, because
Extra flavor.
no, because you're using that as like the way you're using it.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm gonna take away all the controllers so you can play the game. So you just gonna have to look at it. That's how you using that fucking example.
All right.
That's
All right.
that's the
All
wrong
right.
way
All
to
right.
use
All right.
it.
All
I
right.
can
All
see
right.
if you
In my
said,
typical,
if somebody gave you a plate
in my
of noodles
typical Josh
with just
form,
the Alfredo sauce.
in my typical Josh form, fucking with a condom or without a condom.
Hold up, say that again.
Fucking with a condom or without a condom.
Josh.
I feel like he's gonna bring up anything just to win this argument.
No, but Josh,
You might as well just move
Yeah,
on.
no,
You
Josh,
might as well just move on.
It's not gonna work because I'm married and I don't use condoms.
but this
Yeah,
is the
dial
thing,
it
though,
back.
Josh.
So when I
That's
was
Mr.
single,
No.
I was
right
using
there.
condoms
Okay,
and still
hey.
got the same experience, motherfucker.
Hey, this is the thing that Josh is trying to. Josh is trying to he's trying to frame the argument, but the thing is though, not having the haptic feedbacks is the default. So whatever example you use, the default is not having having sex without a condom. You know what I mean? Having a condom is abnormal, so you can't reverse it and trying to be like having sex without a condom. It's the haptic feedback when that's the default fucking setting,
I
bro.
was just trying
Like
to get Killer
not having
Tay to
haptic
say.
feedback,
I was
it's
just
a
trying to get
default
Killer
setting.
Tay to
So you
say.
fucked up the argument
Nah,
for me,
I
dog.
was just gonna try to. No, no, no. Wait, 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 wait a minute.
like,
Wait a minute.
if he had to use an example like having sex with a cock ring raw or having sex with a cock ring by yourself,
I just
then
wanted
it'd be
Killer
something
Tay.
different.
I just
Then he
wanted
would have
Killer
win the
Tay.
argument.
I just wanted Killer Tay to say meat to meat. That's all. That's all I was trying to get. I was, and he fell for it. So anyway, Magnificent, you were going to say something about his statement
Josh.
about.
Nah, man, you fucked up the whole argument for me, man. We can move along, bro. I'm at peace with everybody's decision, man. It's all good. Let's go. I'm enjoying the DualSense thoroughly, though. Like, when it's done, when it's implemented correctly, I love that shit, bro. Like every time I move away from Returnal, like I've been playing Returnal because I'm trying to get the plat, but I take breaks. I go from Returnal to other games, and I'm like, it does that sense of emptiness that Josh was talking about. He kind of went overboard with it, but I definitely feel him on that. Like those games do feel like it's missing something. It almost feels like that feeling when you leave your wallet at home type shit. Like it's like
But
yo,
the thing
you
is,
tap
like,
in your
I play
pocket,
with
it's
a
like damn,
keyboard
where
and
is
mouse
it?
that has no haptic feedback, so
Facts,
I
facts.
don't even know what that niggas to talk about
Well,
right
you
now.
you also
That's
said
your
that you were a
preferred platform
PC
as well.
fanboy,
You
so
know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, I'm
The
not saying that
keyboard's
the
a
haptic
superior
feedback.
input, bro.
I'm not saying that the haptic feedback is bad. I'm just talking about these niggas that's overselling the shit.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'm
and
playing
I'm
Spider
definitely not
Man
one of
right
those
now,
dudes that
nigga.
was
It's not
telling
that
you those
crazy.
like, oh my
Niggas
god,
overselling
like,
it. Oh,
nah, I
my
was
God,
never.
my nipple.
I never captured Spider-Man's
Oh,
haptic feedback, so
I
I think it's
came,
one of the worst
it,
implementations.
it
I
really
That's
came
is.
all.
It
three
That's all
really
that.
is.
times
It was whack
while
as
web
fuck,
Facts.
swinging.
and you keep mentioning
I'm gonna
that
tell you
shit
my
week
favorite
after
implementation for
week.
the DualSense so far. Astrobot,
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom is one of the best. Recently Returnal, and then I played oh Godfall is fucking really good.
On God,
Jemiah, you probably could attest to that a little bit because you play the game.
Yeah, got pause.
Um,
on God.
Godfall's implementation is really good. And there's another game I played recently. Mortal Shell. Surprisingly, some areas they don't do it good. Other areas they do it really, really good.
Wait,
But
hold up. For Godfall, they added haptic feedback in that
that's
shit?
been there day one,
It
bro.
always had it.
Yeah,
I
haptic
just
feedback
already know
and the
this
force
motherfucker.
feedback. All of that's been there. Yeah.
You got some dry
See,
ass,
I was so
crusty
immersed in the
hands that
game,
can't
I
I
didn't
feel
cut it
even
off.
nothing.
notice. I was
Yo,
so immersed in the game,
I
I didn't
will
even
say
notice.
that the haptic feedback has the potential to be something really great. Like you said, certain games implement it better than others.
Mhm.
But I was playing Avengers, the Marvel's Avengers games, and Camilla Khan, she's using the payphone, right? And when she puts the quarters in, after she hangs up, you can feel the quarters drop into your controller. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I think if they have it more with the cutscenes, they put more, you know what I'm saying, more of an emphasis like on the cutscenes and things like that. You can make it more interactive, but like, it's not like
You gotta be
if
good
I
at
don't
it.
have haptic feedback, I can't enjoy the game
Oh
and
no,
shit.
it was never.
Like
It
Josh
was
was trying
never
to
like
predict
that.
it.
I'm not even saying that too, because I when I first got my PS3 and it didn't have any kind of rumbles, I was like, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And then when they put it back, but
Bro,
uh,
the PS3 has the worst controller out of all fucking
I'm talking
PlayStation.
about
That shit
I'm
was,
talking about
that
when they
shit was,
first came out with the six axis.
That
the
shit
Uh,
was
wide,
trash.
yeah,
the six
that was
shit.
horrible.
That shit felt cheap as fuck.
It really did. Fucking, what do you call that again? What's that toy again that everybody Fisher Price controller has? Shit.
Yeah, the Mad Cats.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a lot to take fucking
Magnificent. Did you? I'm
controller,
sorry,
bro.
my brain is fucked up right now. Did you mention what your hot take was again?
Yeah. We went over the Astrobot thing.
Over Astrobots. Okay.
He said Astro Bot's better than Mario.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go to you, Jemiah. What's your hot take?
Zelda is fucking trash. I'm so sick of Zelda. I never liked Zelda since I was a fucking kid.
Damn.
Breath of the Wild is
Yeah.
fucking hot garbage. Horizon Zero Dawn shitted all over that game. The game didn't even fucking. The game could barely get over 30 FPS.
All
But yeah,
right,
it's
so
somehow
so so I,
one
I got
game
a
of
I
the
got a
year.
question for
Cancel
Jemiah.
Trash.
I got a question for Jemiah. So since he brought this up, if you don't mind, Joshua, I would like for him to go into a little bit of detail
I don't mind at all.
as to why Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild is trash.
What,
And the reason
what,
why I
what,
ask is
what,
because it
what,
seems like everybody who loves that game, they don't really say why. They just say, "Oh, it's amazing," but they don't really give any details. So
yeah.
Good question.
Elaborate.
Oh, the
Elaborate.
fucking like I said, the performance of the actual game was fucking subpar. You know know what I mean? Like the game had so many fucking issues at launch, stuttering, all kind of shit like that. The fucking game looks like Jet Set Radio. You know
Zelda,
what I mean?
right?
Like the cell shading is not amazing. The game has like just because you can climb on everything, people are so amazed. Like the gameplay is super fucking primitive. Fucking the story is so fucking overdone. I'm sick of Link fucking this is Link and Zelda, the whole shit's played out. You know what I mean? Like I don't like this fucking kitty ass hack and slash fucking Zelda been chopping trees and shit since Nintendo, you know what I mean?
So
Like
I have a question to Ed. Is do you have any like theories as to like why people have revered that game so much? Like not only from like review scores, but also like just the regular gamers who've played it. Like why it is such it's treated almost like a holy grail
I
of
think
gaming.
I think just like with other Nintendo games, somehow people are like scared to talk shit about Nintendo. They're scared to say what they actually think about these Nintendo games. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I thought I beat Super Mario World on the SNES, nigga, and I played those extra stages and shit. I was done with Mario. I Mario was over for me. Like I never played another Mario game after that. So, like on God, like I
Dead
don't
ass.
like these kitty ass games. And for grown adults, right? To pick Breath of the Wild, which I like I said had like what was like 90 fucking 90p or 900p something like that,
Yo,
and
it was
sub
seven.
30
It
FPS.
was
To pick
720p.
that over Horizon Zero Dawn, the Horizon Zero Dawn was like 1440p upscale checkerboarding masterpiece. The shit is so smooth. That shit had almost little to no bugs for an open world game, bro. That shit was amazing. And somehow they picked Breath of the Wild. And then they had the nerve to show Breath of the Wild 2 that looks exactly the same as Breath of the Wild 1 as some next iteration and people are already going crazy. Like it's the
But you in
All
same
the
right,
sky
goddamn
all
now.
right. Hold
game.
on. Wait, wait,
But you
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait.
sky
Jemiah,
now.
I gotta. And by the way, Miss Jones, you wanna go ahead and hit that subscribe button? We do this all the time. Next week and week after, every Saturday.
Yo, send this to your favorite Nintendo fanboy, bro. Zelda is complete,
I,
utter
I, I,
trash.
I think the person is watching. So that
Jesus
being
Christ.
said, right? I think the reason why is because of the little charms that Nintendo puts in their game. I'm not saying that makes the game, but like you know how Link would sit there and eat like a hot pepper, and he does a little shake. You know what I mean? He does a little, he's all hot. The little cutesy things, the Pokemon that are cute, the Mario that does little, he bounces on his stomach and shit like that. I think it's those flourishes that make people almost tricks people into thinking that there's more to it than what it is. Because
We talk about grown ass men, Josh.
I know. Maybe nostalgia
Yo,
then.
and I also want to say, you remember back in the day, right? When I think it was like right after 64. I think when did like Skyward Sword come out on GameCube?
Skyward Sword. Yeah, that was GameCube.
So I remember that I think from 64, between 64 and GameCube, they had this demo or this trailer of Zelda fighting Ganondorf, right? And that shit was crazy, fucking like graphical. And then they canceled that shit to make. I think they canceled that shit to make Skyward Sword,
No, no, no,
and that's
no,
when they
no,
started
no.
that shitty ass art fucking styles
I
and shit.
swear, like
And I was just like,
I'm a Zelda fan,
I'm
right?
pretty sure Skyward Sword came out as
No,
on the
no,
Wii,
I'm gonna correct that.
was it we?
It was.
the original Wii.
I think it was both. I think it was cross gen, right? I can't remember.
It might have been.
But I do remember though they had that Zelda when Zelda was fighting Ganondorf as an adult and shit, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And then he came out with this other bullshit. I was
It
like,
was Wind Waker.
"What are
It
you
was
doing,
it
bro?"
was Wind Waker.
Like Nintendo, like
It was Wind.
totally gave up on the fucking power because the power narrative and everything. They started making these goddamn fucking artsy ass games, and I'm not into
because
that, bro.
because
Like, that
it's
shit was like,
risky.
come on,
It's
bro.
risky to do a
Like,
lot
you
of.
promised me,
It's risky, and the game that
yo,
you're.
you promised me a grown up Link fighting Ganondorf and fucking 128 bits. I think I swear to God that was the time when GameCube was coming out, and it's like.
Uh, it launched November of 2011, so I'm assuming it would have been on the Wii
That's the Wii then.
when that
That's
thing
the Wii.
launched.
It might have re-released
Skyward Sword.
on the
Well,
fucking
then
Wii U and
whatever,
shit.
whatever fucking
It
Zelda
was
game came out that was fucking
Wind
on the
Waker.
GameCube,
It
whatever.
was Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker.
I
Yeah,
was
that's-
a big
yeah,
fan.
Wind Waker.
I was a big fan of Zelda specifically, right? Because Zelda, I always imagine in my head, I'm like, yo, Zelda is their mature game. Zelda and Metroid. And it's not that it has to be mature. It's just it had a lot of potential to expand. You know what I mean? Like when you categorize the shit. Yo, what's going on, Zulu? When you categorize a game into like a child's game, it ended up like you limit your what you can do in terms of Zelda and what you can do in there. There were a lot of survival games on PC. You know, like what do you call them games where you have to collect your fucking tree trunks and shit like that, for whatever genre that is.
Certain shit like the forest and shit like that.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
do
yeah.
you call those
There
games?
were a
I don't
lot
know.
of
I don't know what that is. Survival,
survival adventure,
type
whatever
game
the fuck
shit.
it is. Yeah, there were a lot of games that are like that Zelda kind of had, and they put their own flourishes to it, and that's what made it what it was. You know what I'm saying? So,
Let me see if I can find that trailer.
but I remember that shit. I remember
But like,
when it came
yeah,
out in
because these
2001.
showed us this crazy ass fucking CG shit, and then they came out with Wind Waker, and I was like, what? I was like, that's when Nintendo
Everything
lost
that
me.
they
Like,
did
nah,
was
like,
kiddie.
I
The
can't-
only thing that was
can't do
close
this.
to it was the Star Fox game, and they fucked that up. So, all right. So
Yeah, they did.
But yeah,
grand
Zelda
finale.
is trash. That's not hot rant. Not take.
Grand
Yo,
finale.
Jemiah, I'm gonna agree with you. I was super disappointed, just to comment on what you're saying about that switch from that super serious looking futuristic Zelda
Yeah,
who's a biker. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was super disappointed, but you know what the funny thing is, Wind Waker is my favorite fucking
this
Zelda
nigga.
game. And I only beat Ocarina at a time and Wind Waker, but Wind Waker is my favorite. I fucking fell in love with that game after I played it. But
Bro, I never liked Zelda since I saw that shit on the NES, nigga. I don't know why. That game
yeah.
never resonated with me. It never hit me. I don't know. I just never liked Zelda.
Yeah, I didn't like the top down
And
one
then
at
when
all.
it beat Horizon for Game of the Year, nigga, that's what solidified my hate like forever. Oh God, nigga.
I feel you that.
So I'm gonna go to my hot take, and this is going to be extremely controversial. Extremely controversial.
Last of Us 2 is the greatest game ever made.
It's similar to they're similar to that. Naughty Dog is mediocre past the first
Oh shit.
Oh,
Uncharted.
Yo, he went all the way
Wow.
in, bruh. No punches held.
Why is it?
Explain.
Why is it? Here's the thing. How could you say that it won so many awards? I don't give a fuck about those awards, right? I look at gameplay. I'm a gamer first, and what I see is a lot of fucking hand holding, a lot of linear environments. The only thing that they had is very good acting and graphics and cutscenes. You take all that away, what the fuck do you have? What do you have?
Last
Some
of
of
Us
the
1.
best gameplay ever.
You gotta
no,
admit though,
Yeah, The Last of Us
we
1.
had some good times on Uncharted 2's multiplayer. So at least I did.
Bro, The Last of Us 2 gameplay is fucking incredible.
It's the same as the first one.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
What
it
are you talking
is.
about? Are you high? The
No,
first one, the first
I'm
one, the first one's
completely
gameplay is fucking terrible.
Damn.
The first
The first one,
Uncharted-
the game mechanics in the first one are shitty as fuck, bro. That's that PS3 shit. That shit is trash, bro. Let's not even play this game, bro. Like, come on,
Why,
come
why
on.
is
Kid. I
it
know
so?
you a
That's
bot.
such a hot take
but
to
come
it.
on.
That's such a hot take. And I'm not. Oh, and let me say this, Miss Jones. It's not that it's bad. It's just mid to me. You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately, here's the flow, and I'm being serious. I want you guys to take this shit seriously. Here's the flow of The Last of Us. I mean, The Last of Us, Uncharted, right? Who left? Motherfucker said, "Nope, I ain't doing it." So the flow of this was very simple, right? You play a cutscene, you get a shootout. There's little places for you to take cover. You do a pop and shoot, and then you're done. And then you would do the most rudimentary puzzle of all time. Look up, you solve the puzzle. And then cutscene. And then shootout. And then exploration, puzzle. and it just keeps doing it over
That's
and
a
over
Sony
again.
template.
That is,
First of all, that's a Sony template.
that
So
is
you
not the
dissing every
Sony
Sony
template.
game.
So
Facts,
it is
nigga.
not. That is fiction as fuck. So
That's
that's the
facts.
problem. Now in terms of
I had a phone call.
the shooting and the core mechanics, right? Because to me, they got off of like straight superficial aspects. That's how Naughty Dog made it. They played it safe with the Uncharted games. They played it safe as fuck. It was little room for you to fuck up on. Like if you were to try to go out of the comfort zone and try to do something different, then it would be more way to get you to fuck up on something. But the thing is, right?
What? Explain that.
It's
Like,
just well, what I
you
mean is
mean
that if
the
you
game
try
is
to do
very
if you
linear?
try to do something new, i.e., like Gravity Rush, right? It hasn't really been done before, so like you're kind of up in the air on how you want to implement that. What they ended up doing for Uncharted was Gears of War that you can jump. You know what I'm saying? It was the safest thing that you could. They took Gears of War formula, and you never really did the jumping. You know what I'm saying? You took the Gears of War formula, and then you can jump, and that was pretty much it. It was a cover shooter, and a rudimentary one at that, and the AI wasn't that great. You go to Uncharted 2, right? You had set pieces, but if you take away the set pieces, it's still, regardless of what was going on in the surroundings, it's still the same formula. They didn't try to go
Josh, we
outwards.
also got to take into account the years these games were made and the platforms, the hardware they had to utilize. Like, we just can't say Uncharted One had shitty AI and shit when the shit was on the PS. Like, what, the PS One, like,
Uncharted,
or
the
PS2,
Metal
I
Gear
should say.
Solid One, Metal Gear Solid 2 had better AI. So
To leapfrog off of what Jemai is saying, which this is an interesting conversation in itself. Is we can't, like, your comment notwithstanding, we can't look at like Naughty Dog and the Uncharted games, or as well as The Last of Us Part One. We can't look at that in a vacuum, right? We have to look at the time that they came out and the platforms that they were coming out on. If you go back to like 2004, I would say probably starting with Half-Life 2 and Doom 3, right, were the first big ones. Like you see games, Fear as well. You see games kind of make this transition to this kind of more cinematic experience, and by the time you get into the console generation that is the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, games like Gears of War and Uncharted were, I know this is going to sound kind of ridiculous, but they were like the quintessential, like, that kind of third person gaming cinematic experience for that time. You know, Everyone was trying to do that, but Gears of War, respectively on the Xbox, and Uncharted, respectively on the PlayStation, were the highest quality games of that type for its time. And so, in a sense, especially with Uncharted, you could say that Sony was just, kind of checking the box off having that quintessential cinematic experience with the Uncharted series. So, uh, I wouldn't argue with, like, oh, are the games good or they suck or whatever on your hot take, but I would argue that at the very least you have to understand that games like Uncharted are more or less a product of their time, and not so much, like the incompetence or lack of talent from the
oh
developer.
no. Here's
So
the
it,
thing.
you,
Let
you
me let
can't
me
you
let
can't
me
look at it in
interject.
a
No, no,
vacuum.
I'm not looking at it in a vacuum. But for the pedigree of Naughty Dog, I expected better. Somehow, Motorstorm came out at the same time and blew my fucking boxers clean off. Somehow you had a game like
This
Warhawk.
motherfucker.
Somehow you had a game like Starhawk that did different things. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't afraid to do anything. They played it safe by using an existing template. The only thing that they added was great voice acting and graphics, really. And then set pieces is the thing that they really kind of put in there. You know what I'm saying? A game like God of War did a lot of shit. There was a lot of shit that they kind of pushed the envelope with hack and slashes in general. But my contention is that they somehow bloomed into this elite gaming studio for which I'm not impressed with the gameplay aspects. You know what I'm saying? Even the first Last of Us. The first Last of Us had a lot of holes in it in terms of gameplay. Ellie had to be invisible to the AI. The AI wasn't as promised what they said before, but it had a great storyline and it moved the plot forward. They set it up in general. Even now, you can look on YouTube and see how to break the story sequences. Very easy. You can put bombs all over the place, and as they're playing the cutscene, that bomb will blow up that character that they want to animate this way, and then you don't see what's supposed to be attacking you, right? But it still plays. It's that fucking linear. You know what I'm saying? And they like if you play the Uncharted, not Uncharted, The Last of Us 1 and 2, the AI always finds you. You can't hide from them. If you are always spotted, they will back that ass up until towards you.
I know you brought up. I know you brought up Fear, but Fear has some of the best AI to this day.
To this day.
Oh yeah. I was commenting more on
and then Fear was more
kind
like
of
a cinematic horror.
I was commenting more on the cinematic changes or the emphasis on like a cinematic look and feel to games and Fear. I mean, it's a great game, but I mean, Fear was definitely one of those big titles that kind of made that transition. You know, kind of become fulfilled completely with going into the era of the 360 and
okay.
I mean,
PS3.
and I get it because there was a lot of games. That was the to be game to have a cover shooter to have that shit, and I get it. But there were other developers that were doing like I just don't like the fact that they are held as like the best studio of all time for copying other people. The only thing that you added in is a good storyline or good graphics. Even when it comes to
part of the reason why they get that title is because I mean, look at all the money they made Sony.
And I get it because again,
so
and I mentioned this in a couple of different podcasts. Sony knows the demographic. They know that the demographic is kind of keeping or holding on. And so what ends up happening is the older demographic is getting older. Our fucking reflex skills is getting slower. So a lot of these cinematic experiences are great. You know what I'm saying? They play a cutscene instead of actually doing it. It works perfectly fine. So it's like a mid ground in between the two. But my whole thing is that I get it. They made a lot of money. I get it. It's very high quality and polished, but it is also safe. It is extremely safe. You know what I'm saying? The Last of Us Part 2 is the best looking game I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen. It's a linear game though. There's other games that have.
But Josh, I would counter that, like, and say Rockstar also just makes open world games. They make Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, and they're basically the same games as their predecessors all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, they added significant amount. Okay, so they did fall. They did fall into right this copy and paste type situation. But back in the day, on PS2, it was Grand Theft Auto 3, right? Let's say for the PS2, and then it did a leapfrog, and you could eat, you can exercise. It had RPG elements. You could swim. You could do this, and this. I mean, those things were in there, so it's a matter of refining your stuff. But Naughty Dog in general tend to take an existing, because really Crash Bandicoot is fucking Donkey Kong, really, with a different skin. If you really want to take it there, they've never been the type.
Every game in the same genre are gonna have similar qualities. Like,
but it's about how similar. It's about how similar.
Gran Turismo is just a fucking like Cruising USA clone or some shit.
No, because you could change your parts and shit like that too. It's about how similar.
Oh, what? That's not the
but
core
again,
of the game,
it's about
though.
how
Like,
similar.
The core
it's
of the
about,
game is not changing your engine.
But it's about how similar it is to other games. Like they're not even trying, is what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. Instead of having barrels, you have boxes. That type of shit. But they have a very refined pipeline in terms of
every platformer, Josh. What are you talking about?
I put it like this, right? The platformer that was Jack 2, that was one of their only games that they innovated. That doesn't play like it's a very interesting mix of different genres. You do platforming, but there's other things that are incorporated. That's all I'm saying. I feel like they're overrated. There's other studios to me personally that does more, and they're workhorses.
Like, what would you say is your number one studio?
In terms of growth and just in general, I would say Guerrilla Games. They went from a linear shooter to an open world RPG that has some of the best combat that you can find in an RPG. They took it there, and now people complain about the melee. It's completely overhauled, so now it looks to be almost Soul-like. On top of their great third-person shooting, which is the arrows and stuff like that, and it has RPG elements.
I never. These make Killzone, right? I never played Killzone, so I can't even speak on that. I seen you play that shit a lot though.
I disagree with you guys. They not the best in Sony.
To me, Guerrilla needs more. They need more under their belt first.
Yeah, they definitely need at least one more title.
Yeah, I think they need one more.
That double shooter?
Then we can start putting them up there.
Who's that?
Nelson.
Oh, Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
I'm hiding from my family.
Well, before we go on to the last topic here, I want to ask you, what's your hot take?
Bro.
What's going on, Nelson? Fucking Jeremy. What's your hot take?
I'm a PlayStation fan too. No, I don't know. Yeah, I wish we could give shit to people too. I wanted to do that with people I wanted to play a game with.
Oh,
that's always kind of bugged me. I got to go on, buy a card, and then send it to send them the number. It's a hassle.
But what is your hot take?
On what?
Anything gaming related.
I never really liked Zelda either, but I don't really have one right now.
All right.
Zelda is complete trash, bro.
So
I've owned a lot of Zelda games I've never finished. I'll put it that way.
I'll say one more quick hot take. I think Nintendo should lose the Pokemon license because they're not doing shit with that fucking thing.
Yo,
I ain't played Pokemon since Red.
Fucking facts. Facts.
Bruh.
I mean, what else can you do with Pokemon?
Imagine if Blizzard
fight Pokemon.
Imagine if Blizzard made Pokemon, bro. Just like, wow, you could go around a whole fucking world map fighting people and shit. Come on, bro. Like
there's exclusion.
No,
they're
not doing what they need to
that
do
game.
with this goddamn IP.
That's not Nintendo's IP? Or
no, it's not.
They own part of it.
They
own video game part of it. I think they own like half in total.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like you guys have this shitty ass hardware that can never really that new open world Pokemon shit. That shit looks like trash.
Like, I mean, but you can't. But you can have a trash game and have it and still have it have decent gameplay. But it doesn't look like they're trying to push anything. It's still it shouldn't have taken that long.
I want to fucking be flying on the back of a Charizard, nigga, land in the middle of some city, battle some punk nigga,
burn it down with the Charizard,
slide the fuck off, nigga. You know what I mean? Like.
Burn it down with Charizard.
Like, I always wanted to go to an adventure. Maybe
blaming Game Freak, right?
Game Freaks, that's part of them.
That should be Game.
What's that?
That's Game Freak's fault, right? That's the developer,
Yeah.
Game Freak, right?
Yeah.
It's the developer.
But I don't. But
Yeah,
like
but they don't own
Nintendo
all of
owns.
them,
I think Nintendo owns part of
They
Game
own
Freaks,
they
or something
own
like that.
part of it. Yeah.
It's kind of like Sony and Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird.
So it's like.
So
even the niggas who make Monster Hunter can make a better Pokemon game than
yo,
Nintendo. Like, that shit is
low
trash.
key, Monster Hunter could have been. They have so many. You know what? That's the type of stuff that frustrates me about Nintendo, is because it feels like they are the ultimate play it safe company. I've never met any company. I've never seen any company that played it that safe and literally get away with it. They get away with it.
And they have some of the best IPs. Like, imagine Metroid with a fucking real hardcore studio like or somebody like that. Like, you can make Metroid on another level, bro. Like,
unfortunately, we ended up having to rely on Housemarque to make a decent Metroid game.
Thanks.
I'm in agreement with Jemiah, man. Like I remember the game that they're putting out now, that 3D style Pokemon game I wanted that game back in
Red or whatever
early 2000s. I was asking for that game.
Exactly.
And they're just now making that. No, now I don't want that game anymore. They just now catching up to the 2000 needs of me. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine? Wait. Before we close our gaming section off, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Right. getting a map from somebody and someone says there's a rumored Pokemon in this area, and you get on your fucking Pokemon or whatever the fucking case is, you get on that fucking what's that Lapras, and go to this remote island, and you need like different supplies like a torch and shit like that. And you have to go into this thing, and then you gotta battle it. Like shit, I would love it. It has so much potential, man, and it's fucking
does,
wasted.
They got that.
like,
They got
that-
that right now.
It's
It
too
look like that's what
late.
they're trying to do with this
Shut up.
version of the game. Yeah, they look like
They got
trying.
that. They had
It's
that
too-
with Pokemon Go, man.
It's too no. We're not doing this.
Come
No,
on, man.
no, we're not
I
doing
don't
Yeah,
need
that.
more people in my backyard trying to
No,
catch
I ain't
Pokemon.
trying to
You
get
ever
the
been in
fuck.
fucking
I ain't
woods?
trying to get
In
the fuck
Pokemon
up.
Go? Trying to catch the
No.
motherfucking Psylocke?
No,
I can't.
no,
I can't play that game, man.
No, absolutely not.
They,
Kids
they,
in the Walmart throwing Pokeballs at me and shit.
hey, they had me
You got
walking
niggas
in the
holding
hood for a
gyms.
Jolteon, bro. I almost
You
got
got
caught
niggas
up,
holding
bro.
No,
the
people were
gym
getting
Nah.
people were
for
getting
5
people
years
were
'cause
getting
ain't nobody
robbed.
beat
I
this
tried
Pokemon.
that
No,
shit
no,
for
no, no,
30
no.
minutes, bro. That
People,
shit had me walking in Liberty City. I don't know if y'all familiar with Miami, bro. That shit had me walking in the Pork and Bean Projects looking
Yo.
for a damn Zapdos. I was like,
Hell
hold
yeah.
up.
no,
Yeah,
you trying
let
to
me
get
go.
people.
For they
Somebody,
Zapdos,
somebody got
for that
stabbed.
Pokemon
You
Go,
gotta
bruh.
take a
Somebody,
gun,
somebody got,
shoot,
somebody
nigga,
got
you
stabbed.
That's the shit you've been
Somebody,
waiting
nah,
for.
somebody got stabbed
Grand
up.
Theft Auto Pokemon in real life,
No,
son.
no.
That's
We
a little
no,
too
no
involved
more
for me,
derail.
bruh.
No, Killer Tay, no more derailing. We're going to close out. We're going to close out our gaming sector and open up the off topic.
Grand Theft Auto Pokemon.
No, we're
son.
not doing that. So, if you don't know anything about this channel, we have a small off-topic piece that we want to talk that we normally talk about.
Let me use the bathroom real quick.
Oh, these niggas said, "I'm out." we already discussed this, and the off-topic thing is just to kind of get to know everybody in general, whoever it may be on the platform. But I like to talk about the personal things and just off-topic stuff. So my whole situation is this. One of the things I've been looking at, this is on the side note, is that there are a lot of single people everywhere. And my question is, why are there so many single people? And I'm going to pass this right over to Jemiah. Why are you single?
Yeah, why are you single, son?
I'm just too busy, bro, at work, man. Like I work a lot. Like I work overnight, so it's like a real odd shift. You know what I mean?
You ain't got no little side piece or nothing?
No.
I mean, I dabble,
piece.
you know what I mean?
The
But,
question,
like-
the question,
I dabble
The
in
question
side
is,
pieces.
I'm not trying to have no girlfriend, bro.
the question
like I
is,
said,
is
like I
girl,
said
like,
earlier.
that's the question. The question is not the side piece. The question is, why are you single? Like you're not in a relationship. I know, Mac.
I mean, also, it's like it's real hard to find women who are not on some other shit these days. Also, you know what I mean? Like this social media shit got people on some other shit. You know what I mean?
It really did.
Like,
And I feel like speaking for, and if you don't mind, Magnificent, speaking for, in Killate, Magnificent and Killate, you would have to have found your significant other like a decade ago, 8 to 10 years ago, because what's going on now is fucked up. A lot of people would ask me, why am I single? It's I don't want to put up with it. It's not a woman thing. It's more along the lines of just the mentality of just people in general that really is just, it's too much. People are super selfish. People don't want to work things out. The second, people want perfection, immediate gratification. I just don't like that. No one wants to work shit out anymore. That's my biggest problem. You know what I mean? So if you could,
Yeah, that's true.
Magnificent Black, you could shine some light on the people that don't, that are single. What made you put a ring on it?
Look, man, look. When you get married to somebody, or you wife somebody, or you in a relationship, bro, people need to realize that you gotta love that person enough to deal with their bullshit. That's what fucking marriage is, dog.
Yeah.
You love this person so much that you willing to compromise, bro. It's not all fucking hunky dory, man. Me and my wife get in arguments all the time. It's about how much you love that person, bro. So if you willing to put up with their bullshit and then compromise, then it's all gravy, man. But it ain't. It's hard work, bro. It's
On
not
both
fucking
ends.
easy.
On both
You know what I'm
ends.
saying? It just depends. you have to think about when you were single. Like, did you enjoy being more single? Because there's nights when I was single, I look back like, damn man, I'm sick of her shit, blah blah blah. But I'm thinking back at it like, damn,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
facts, man.
That feeling I had when I was single, and I remember those nights being lonely. It wasn't all hunky dory. It was
Nigga,
bad times when I was that shit
I,
Yeah,
sucked.
you know,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
yeah, dude.
I'm a
Yeah,
little
Yeah.
psychotic, so I don't really get lonely.
yeah.
But I enjoy having money in my pocket. I enjoy smoking weed when I want, playing my
Facts,
game when I want. You
facts,
know what I mean? Doing
facts.
whatever the fuck I want when I want. I don't have to check it with nobody.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about what this fucking chick's
this
at.
this
Like I
works on
said,
both sides for sure.
my coworker's girlfriend, bro. She's definitely begging other dudes. This nigga, he don't see it yet, but he's paying all the bills and shit. Like I said, like all this other shit, like spending all his money and time, and she's in Vegas every other week talking about fucking staying with guys and shit for the week. Like I don't like I don't need that in my
It
life, bro.
don't
I'm
matter
stress
who it
free.
is. That's
I'm probably gonna live
disrespectful
longer
on
than both
both
you
ends.
niggas.
That's
You know what
No,
I
disrespectful
mean?
on both ends.
that's not. It's not even like what Magnificent just said. It's not even that. Well, it's that plus you also if you're with a female and she's not on some let's build some shit together
Hmm.
with you, that's the woman you need. A woman that's not trying to spend up all her money
Now,
and you build the shit.
now,
Something that y'all both building the fucking together.
now, let
It's
me put it.
like most women are like Blue Jasmine nowadays. You
And
know what I'm talking about,
it's
right?
hard to find that shit. Yeah,
Let me put it.
I know
Hold
what you're
on
talking
for
Blue
you
about.
two.
Jasmine
For you
chicks running
two.
around
Yeah.
For
think
you
that niggas
two.
need to cater to them and fucking treat them like queens and
Hold
shit.
on
Like
for a
y'all
minute.
gotta
Hold on
relax
for
on
a minute.
that.
Hold on, Jemiah. Let me put you two put a pin in that shit. Jeremy, what made you put a ring on it?
What?
What made you put a ring on it?
I
Me?
knocked her up.
Oh,
I knocked her up.
Yeah,
Damn, son.
Jeremy.
this
Motherfucker had a shotgun wedding and shit.
get
He shot up the
get to the
club on
grit.
that one.
Get to the
Yes,
grit.
sir.
I
So you
couldn't
tell,
afford not to.
but hold on, Jeremy. You gotta say this. That
She's right downstairs.
is she a pain in the ass?
Yeah, she's a human, of course.
I mean, but is she a pain in the ass
Facts.
to the point where you regret living?
I like that answer.
Not till we had kids. But that's a whole nother element.
This nigga is like
That has more to do with them, I think.
this nigga is in the
This
pantry.
nigga Jeremy's about to
This
be in
nigga's in the
trouble.
pantry on his phone, yo.
Yeah, I'm glad
I
nobody
am. I'm
watched this
hiding
shit.
from all these motherfuckers right now.
All right.
You need to get a man cave, bro.
So
My wife's cleaning up her fucking animals down there. So I'm hiding in my children's room.
So let me ask Hellscream here. The question here is because again this is an hour and a half show, so we don't have too much time on this. Hellscream, why are you single?
I mean, very simple. It's just hard to find it's hard to find a woman that has balanced expectations in the sense of, as they say, it takes two to tango, and as was mentioned, you you want to find somebody who's like, yeah, let's build something together, I remember one day talking to my boss at work because he's kind of going through this really brutal divorce right now. And him and his ex-wife, they got a lawyer, and it's back and forth, and we were kind of talking, and I was like, man, I was like, some of these women, you hit them up, hey, you want to have lunch, you want to have dinner, you want to have coffee or whatever, and instead of it feeling like a conversation where you're getting to learn about one another and trying to just explore, see if there's chemistry there, see just take things one step at a time. It's almost like you're standing before a judge in a court, and you're trying to plead with the judge, instead of like not guilty, like, I'm worthy or whatever, right? And it's like you got to show out all your credentials, and it's just like you're just being interviewed, or you're standing before a judge in a court of law, trying to plead your case. And as you experience more things, and as you get older, you kind of realize, like, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, if I'm gonna hit up some girl, and because I've had a date like that once where it's like I'm carrying the whole fucking conversation, this lady has nothing to fucking add. um And then when she throws out the, oh, I never plan to get married, I'm not ever gonna have kids and all this shit, I'm like, lady, you're gonna be 40 years old, single, in
Look,
an apartment with a fucking cat or two, and you're gonna be absolutely fucking miserable when that day comes. Regardless if you got your fucking PhD and what the fuck ever.
now
Um,
I wanna say this.
so
Let
yeah,
me.
it's just hard to, like I said, just find someone that's got balanced, realistic expectations and understands the concept that it takes two to tango, and both parties have to build together that relationship to make it healthy and make it worthwhile. You know,
Now
so
I will
but
say
yeah,
this, right? For me, in general, or what I've noticed, right? And I'll be brief here, is that social media has disrupted the human ability to interact with each other. It disrupted it so badly that expectations are just completely out of whack. It makes no sense. What we have here is a lot of contradictions. You have a lot of women that in society are put first place, and then you have a lot of men that are put last place, but yet equality is continued to be used in the conversation. So when you do things like this, and you kind of swing the pendulum in the opposite direction, in this case it's female, even in society. I was looking at a fucking vitamin commercial, and you gotta look at the little nuances here. The woman's vitamin was ahead of the man vitamin. You know what I mean? Shit like that, you'll get that a lot. And the thing about it is, women have an unrealistic self, or an unrealistic sense of worth, and they have an unrealistic expectation for men, and they don't know what men want at all, because society told women that men are just so fucking primal, and that's all we care about is fucking. You know what I mean? So they are under the impression that if I have pussy, that's it. That's all you need. The tides are turning, though. You get the situation where you have women that are don't look that great, don't take care of their body, don't have anything to offer.
In women's defense, Josh, that's all you talk about, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get the ugly
you
chick with a
got him.
body
You
that
got
knows
him.
that's on her shit, son.
But here's the
I
thing.
had a
No,
lot
but
of
no, no,
those
no. I'm
bitches,
not. I'm not
those
mad
ugly
about that.
bitches
I'm not mad about that.
being
But you
stable when I
can't. You
was
can't
single.
think that you're cream of the crop and I can get any fucking person I want. You know what I'm saying? And you don't. You're not. You can't. You know what I mean? You don't look that great. That's the whole difference. You know what I'm saying? So women just think that they can get any fucking man because we're so primal we don't give a fuck. That's the situation that we have here. Men also get shitted on in the legal system. You know what I mean? I mentioned about Bill Cosby. Regardless of what he did, how he did it, it's still two adults and it's still two to tango. The problem here is this. It's not even that. The problem here is that you can't reach out to a court system 30 years later and be allowed and then try that person without any evidence. It's supposed to be a fair court of law, but you have no evidence other than hearsay.
How's this on topic?
Huh?
Is this on? What you going off
Yeah, we
topic,
still
bro?
talking.
No, we on
Is
We
topic.
he?
off
We
top.
talking about,
He
we off
went
topic
off
like a
topic on
motherfucker.
his own off topic.
Hold on, let's get back.
No,
Josh,
I am
why
going. No,
are
I am
you
going
single?
to. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I'm going to go back.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
this
you
guy,
God.
this nigga got
reel
long
it in, my dude. Reel
explanations
it
of why
in,
he's
bro.
single,
You,
man.
Josh gotta give a fucking 10-year fucking breakdown of fucking
went to
no,
the college.
the
downfall of
reason why I
mankind and
say
shit.
this,
This
the
nigga
reason why
turned
it's
into
no.
Quintus
'Cause
Samuels.
you got, hold on. Wait. The reason
My
why
bad, go ahead, my bad,
I have to
dog.
give
Go
the
ahead.
reasoning as to why people are single.
Mhm.
You have an
Okay.
overvalue of one side.
But you didn't answer you didn't answer the question yourself
Yeah,
though.
you cut me off.
Okay, okay, go ahead. My bad, bro.
Like hardcore cut me off. Like really, swerve cut me off. My whole point is,
Hey, you do it to me all the time, nigga.
my whole point
Go ahead.
is that um when you have these situations that's uneven, a woman believes that they can get anybody they want, and they can, and we're just supposed to fall for it, and then men are getting sick of the situation. That's the situation. So it's hard to impress a woman because they have the social media told them that men ain't shit and that men should be just collecting anything they can get. So when you go up to a female, let's say if you want to take this shit seriously and ask them, it does feel like judgment in the court of law. It feels like you have to it's like you're being judged immediately because they're like, what can you do for me? Instead of, do I even like, are you attractive? Okay, yes. Okay, let me see what he's about. Or let me see what she's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it should be, but it's not like that. Society has been pushing the pendulum to one side where a woman be like, yo, you need to bow down to me. Period. And then it's separating shit.
You know what I noticed when I was in the military and I was single?
Mm-hmm.
Because they knew I was a high value dude in that military town, because I was in the military. I used to have to hit them with that question before they could hit me with it, right? And if it was something that I didn't feel right about their answer, I wouldn't even fucking talk to them again. So
when I was in the army, I was just begging bitches, bro. There was no questions. I wasn't trying to no teacher, nigga.
When you in a military town, pussy is gonna come to you because they know you in the military. They can tell by your fucking haircut.
Yeah, bro.
So in order to find a real one, you have to hit them with that fucking question first. I noticed that shit in the military before I knew it when I was out of the military, before I was in the military. Because I used to just answer that shit freely. When I got in the military and I noticed, hey, let me ask you this fucking question. These are questions women always ask me. Let me ask you this question. What do you bring to the table? What are your goals? What are you looking for out of life? And most of the time, half of them bitches couldn't even fucking, like, the bad bitches, they couldn't even fucking answer the question. So I don't know.
So here's because again,
this ugly bitch that I'm fucking every other weekend got more goals than your goddamn ass. What the fuck?
Because again, I'll say this: society has said that women are better than men. That's what it boils down to. My whole thing is this: just to wrap this up, because we're done. No one's better than no one. No one should. You don't. It's not about impress. Like, what can you bring to the table? It's if you jive with the person. Period.
Gosh, why are you single, nigga?
Why I'm okay. So I got the whole thing is I got sidetracked. I had a whole plan. And I'll answer this right. Yeah. Why am I single? Because I haven't found a woman that wasn't selfish yet. That's
the date. What do you mean?
Huh?
Hey man, just get an ugly bitch with a body.
No, even them, because that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say, because society says that they think that they're better. Like they don't we have nothing in common, and it's not about video games either. We just don't have anything in common, and I can't do what I want to do, and it's not bad. I just can't have my own hobbies like at all. Like I have to cater to her, or else she gets bored and goes somewhere else.
You need to go look out in different places, then, Josh.
Say it again.
You know what I mean?
Say it again.
Like you're not gonna find the woman, the chicks you want in the club or shit like that.
Oh no,
I
know
places,
that.
Like,
I know that. You have
classes or some shit.
No,
like
I know that. You have to be in a place, right? That
Venezuela.
Venezuela, this nigga. But no, I totally understand. I totally get it. But I just wanted to say this. That's what's been on my mind. No one's better than anyone, and it should be like, what do you have in common? That should be.
I'm better than y'all console niggas.
Yeah, because I didn't meet my wife at a club. I met my wife at one of my homeboys, one of my battle buddies' fucking parties, and it was his sister. So I met her there.
So let me ask this malignant black here before we close out. What do you and your wife have in common?
We love food.
Fair enough. Magnificent. I mean,
that's right there. That's a solid foundation right there.
I love for food, bro, and
it's very important.
Yeah. Oh God.
Fair enough.
I just made ribs. They were so good.
Kilate, what do you have in common with your wife?
We like food and we like to save money.
That's good.
Yo, it's we save money, dude. We save money so much.
Cheap ass.
Our wedding was like 43 grand, right?
Damn.
She already had 40. I had like 86 from 2 deployments that I had been on from reenlisting, and she had like 40 some thousand. She put 20 down, I put 20 down, and that shit was paid off. And we bought our first house like after she moved to Texas. After I deployed, I mean not deployed, but after I got stationed in Texas, we bought our first house. We put half of that shit down ourselves.
Nice.
And and
That's
that's a
just how
good.
much money we
So
save.
so at the end of the day, right? We need to go back to basics. Honestly, we need to go back to basics and just find people that you have. You need to worry about your own hobbies and then link up that way. That's if I can find a woman that loves music as much as I do, I'll be set. That's the only prerequisite, and that you like fitness too, I should say, to a degree. You don't have to be like crazy, but like
See, you might
Nigga,
meet your
those
girl in the
people,
gym
yo,
though.
time
You might
out.
meet your girl in
Yeah,
the gym,
I'm like,
son.
you go to the gym all the time. Bitches got headphones in and they working out. That's like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. What the hell do you do at the
he
gym?
just be
God,
You've
she's
been
like
at the
them
gym every
women on
day
the
for
heavy
10
standard
years.
show,
in
bro.
front of the mirror, lifting weights at the same
You gotta
time.
change up gym. You gotta change up gyms every 6 months.
Yeah,
to
he's at
find
the wrong
somebody.
gym
you
apparently.
go to Planet Fitness. That's
Yeah.
why.
no, I
You
go
You
to
got
no.
you gotta
but
start
here's
choosing
the-
every
first
six
of all,
months. You gotta rotate
hold
gyms.
hold up. Jemiah, I go to Planet Fitness because
What?
they were open. I go to other gyms too.
Oh my God.
I go to other gyms too.
Like-
If I can't get to the gym, if I can't get to my main
Nigga
gym,
there with the
Planet Fitness
pink.
is 24-hour gym.
yeah. Mhm.
Planet Fitness is 24-hour gym.
Mhm.
That nigga in there with the fucking pink dumbbells and shit. Get out of here, Josh.
Yeah, but I mean,
Better start rotating that time or something.
no, but you're right. But a lot of the times, because of the area that I'm in, for me, there's a lot of white women, and those white women have they think that black guys have this stigma. That's the problem. But that's my excuse. That's my own personal thing
What?
that I need to get over.
It might be in your area. Yeah,
That
it
sounds
might
like an
be.
excuse.
I can see it might be.
Yeah,
No, I can
Josh
see
is-
that might be in his area.
Josh, yo, all Josh gotta do is tape up that Jerry curl, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
shut the fuck up. We are done. Thank you so much.
oh, most nigga tape that hair up.
He just
nigga.
needs a current gen
A
haircut.
Yeah,
current
exactly.
gen haircut. I've dealt with all you guys. Yo, thank
Looking
you.
like Pinky from Friday and shit. Nigga, get a haircut, nigga.
Nah, he looked like the dude from you ever seen Coming to America?
Yo, get the Patrick
The chick's
Mahomes.
boyfriend?
I guarantee you'll get more pussy.
Yo, I'll
nigga.
send you a
No,
picture.
I don't have a
Let that
problem getting
fro
pussy.
go
I
and
just want
put
you to
the-
know it's
the
not about
waist
the
and the hair and make
it's
them
not about the
beastly.
it's
That's
not
what
about
I'm
the
saying,
pussy.
bro.
It's
Shave
not
the sides,
it's
nigga.
not
At least shave the sides,
it's
nigga.
not about sex. It's about like a relationship. That's what it is. I have no problem getting pussy. Nothing. But regardless, I would
I
have
don't see that in the room right now. Where that?
Well, I guess you ain't doing it right. 'Cause Josh ain't doing it
And
right.
they got a
'cause
flashlight up under the belt.
Oh
Josh,
man,
every
he
time I
got
see
you with
his
that one. He
chick, bro,
got you.
they wanted to get married, bro. So you're not doing it right.
no. I don't want to get married. So either way, not to those.
Nah,
not to
you're
those.
not doing it right. Cause every time I have
Nah,
sex with a
dude.
girl,
Hey,
they
when you
definitely
find
want to be
that
fucking
one,
boyfriend,
hey, when
girlfriend.
you find that, if you finally find that one, it's just a feeling that just gonna make you be like, I need to lock this motherfucker down before she
He's
get away.
Daryl. He's Daryl
Yeah.
from Coming to America.
I gotta lock this
Daryl.
bitch down before somebody else get her, cause she is too real.
You ain't gonna find no girls with that haircut, though. I'll tell you that.
Shut up. So anyway, thank you guys for joining in on this podcast this Saturday, right before the 4th of July. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the like. I appreciate all of you guys joining in. You got King Push. Thank you so much. You have Mrs. Jones. I appreciate that as well. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Zoo. I'm just gonna call him Zoo. I know him personally. I forgot what his name was. He on my Facebook. I always call him by his PSN name, which is different as well. Pug, I appreciate you. Who else was in here as well? Listen, guys, have a great 4th of July.
Shout outs to Jemiah in the chat, holding it down as usual.
Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, I'm all
Thank you
on God.
guys so much.
Oh God, oh God.
Always.
Oh, I see Ken was in the chat earlier too. What's up, Ken?
Wait,
What up, Push?
where? Ken was?
Yeah, he was there earlier, like early in the chat.
I didn't see shit.
Yeah, his girl got him on lock. He ain't watching no show. He ain't getting. She ain't watching no
Oh yeah,
show. He ain't getting on the
Retro Ken.
podcast.
Yeah, he was up here earlier.
Was he?
PS5 MR.
Hey,
I don't see that
hey,
shit.
Josh, man, cut that hair, bro. You gotta have a girlfriend in 2 days.
Yeah, it won't take no time at all.
Yeah, you scan the white women. I know
Yeah, they
you want a
like
white girl. Scan the white women
you
with
got
the pro.
you about to smack them, tell them to make grits and shit. They got like that fucking Dave Chappelle skit. Like,
Maybe I am,
Hey,
nigga.
as
look
soon as
like-
Josh get his shit braided up, it's gonna be a wrap, bro. He gonna be cleaning them up.
Yeah.
do something with that, right? Do
He
something
put
with
this shit
that
in the
hair,
protective
bro.
style.
Yeah.
Them bitches
Put
gonna
the
be all over
cornrows
Josh.
in.
Boy,
Nigga, put
shut the
cornrows
fuck
in.
up,
He gonna be
yo.
doing
I
the
am
haircut.
out
He
of
gonna be
here.
doing the podcast like
Everybody,
three
yo,
naked
y'all
bitches.
guys, y'all say y'all goodbyes and shit.
Hey, put the cornrows in. It be like the white women at the gym, like Ludacris. Oh my
Right?
He gonna
God!
be
Do
feeding
something with that
drinks and
hair,
shit during
cuz.
the podcast, bro.
When did you grow your hair back?
He gonna clap. Bring them grapes.
Bruh.
That's
Get
crazy.
daddy.
Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Hey, y'all be easy, yo.